Hey, good Saturday morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing good. I wanted to do a little book review this morning. I finished my entire book last night. Let's see where we're at. Six-figure author using data to sell books. This book is by Chris Fox, guys. So I got the heads up on this book by Joanna Penn, who's an amazing author in England. She's written, I don't know, probably 18 books for help with self-publishing and things like that. And then she's written a ton of fiction books under JF Penn. And then she writes romance novels under a pen name that she doesn't share because she doesn't want to mix her audience. So she recommended this book, Six-Figure Author by Chris Fox. His website is chrisfoxwrites.com. Guys, please get this book. It's a really amazing book. And I'm super excited. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy, seriously, you need to buy this book, Six-Figure Author, if you want to write a book. You need to buy my book when it comes out at the end of the year, but you need to buy this one in the meantime. This book, using data to sell books, like, guys, if you are into data and algorithms like on Facebook and Instagram, you know what the algorithms are. I'm not going to spend time talking about that, but this is the book for you because he talks about how Amazon sells your book for you. Guys, doesn't that sound good? Doesn't it sound good for Amazon to write and sell your book for you? Listen to that. That's so loud. It's like I'm an amateur or something. What's up, Amy? What's up, Jimmy? Thanks for jumping on, guys. So he uses Amazon to sell your book. So I want to just read you the chapter titles real quick. It says, is six figures really achievable? How Amazon sells books? What is data science? The power of data? Finding your target audience? Serial readers? Joining your tribe? Networking with authors? Mastering a mailing list? Effective advertising, feeding the beast, perfecting your process, and my favorite chapter, which is the last one. So he talks about finding your tribe. Look, that's why we're called Book Boss Tribe. You guys are my tribe. And so I feel like I've kind of hit this one pretty good. But he talks about how to go and find people that are going to buy and read your book. And so I don't know if you guys know, but there's a thing called serial readers. Maybe some of you are. If you're watching this live, tell me if you are. If you're watching it on a replay, please let me know if you're a serial reader, somebody who reads and reads and reads and reads and reads. I read this entire book last night. It's only 102 pages, and the last 10 are kind of a recap of what he puts at the end of the chapters. So really thin, really quick read. I read it last night in like 2 hours. It was amazing. And then I also have been listening to Joanna Penn's book. I think it's called Marketing Self-Published Books. I'll let you know in a minute. But this is the second or third book of hers I've listened to. So I've listened to that book this entire week. I have 30 minutes left. I'll finish it today. How to Market a Book, Joanna Penn. And then Six-Figure Author, I read that. And then I started another book last night. So I guess you could say I am kind of a serial reader. So we want to find that. Like, I'm going to buy every one of this guy's. I'm going to buy all of his books today. And I'm also going to reach out to him on Twitter and tell him thank you for writing this book. And then we're going to start a relationship. And then eventually I'm going to have him on the podcast or in the group. And I plan on doing the same thing with Joanna Penn. I'm not going to manipulate that audience or that conversation, but I think they're great at what they do. I feel like I'm good at what I do, and I want to meet them and I want to interact with them. So they have my target audience, I should say. And so you need to be interacting with people who have your target audience. You know, he talks about in the book how we need to be in Facebook groups and online forums and things like that, where we're interacting with the people that we want to be with. You know, so Jimmy does a great job with this with the PT Pintcast. He has a tribe, and I don't know how many times he's been downloaded, 8 million, I think, at this point. And he's phenomenal and has, like, dude, I was like fanboying over your voice and everything when you interviewed me, Jimmy. It was crazy. Like, I wish I had that voice that you have. Yeah, missiles, create them, fire them. Jimmy's like, books are ideas. I'm gonna jump that on here so people can see it. But guys, we need to be in our target audience. We need to be meeting with those people. So Tony Mariottato does a great job with this. He has a total knee replacement group, and Chris Easton's in there, and a ton of us PTs are in there helping and doing all kinds of things to help that group grow. But it's really Tony driving it, and he's got several thousand people. And Tony's in Ohio. I'm in Louisiana. One of my total knee patients was in his group. I saw yesterday somebody else's total knee patient was in his group. Somebody's got 2 to 3 books going, plenty of audio books. Yeah, you're a serial reader. I mean, it's absolutely if you're always reading books, then you're a serial reader. And so we want to find people like you and me that are going to read these books and sell books to. So Tony's done a good job. I think I've got about 878 people in this group. Since giving away my free course, I've gained 64 email addresses. So I'm building my list. And so, guys, we're launching the podcast May 24th. Oh, I should have told y'all. We're launching a podcast May the 24th. There's going to be 10 to 12 episodes drop that day, and then an episode every single day for the next year. So we're just trying to build our audience and our tribe. And so that's what this book talks about, is building your tribe and getting people in the pipeline to actually sell books to. So he talks about being a 6-figure author. He talks about how the title's a little clickbaity, and he did that on purpose. He was going to call it the psychological aspects of selling a book or something like that. But anyway, it's 6-figure authors. It's clickbait. He did it on purpose. He talks about how the cover's not great, but it made me buy it. And then talks about, if I could go back 2 years and tell myself one thing, this would be it. Find other authors like me before doing anything else. So the importance of going and researching other authors in your genre. So if we're going to write a book on, in my case, self-publishing, I'm done writing healthcare books. Like, I want to help healthcare professionals write books. So I'm not going to write a back pain book or anything like that anytime soon, maybe in a few years. Maybe Mark Green, my co-author, I let him do all that, and he's interested in doing it. So he takes that series that we wrote. But if we're going to do that, we're going to find an audience. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to read Chris Fox's books, every one of them. I'm going to get every one of Jenna Penn's books. I'm going to get Rob Kosberg's book, Chandler Bolt's book, all these guys, Melissa Desvaux, who's an amazing author coach in Australia. I'm going to get her book, and I'm going to read how they do things. And I'm going to study, and I'm going to learn what I like, what I don't like. And then I'm going to go, and this is something that I've talked about a ton, and it's actually in the course, Book Boss University, where you go and read Amazon reviews. Read 1 star. I read every one of them, 1 to 5, because you learn what people hated about your book in 1-star reviews and what people loved in 5-star reviews and everything in between. And so if I know that a couple of books, I'm not going to mention the names, but some of these books in self-publishing, people felt like it was just an ad for their services. It was just a long sales letter for a $5,000 course or a $2,000 or whatever it is. Then guess what? They didn't like that book. And there's a ton of negative ads. Guys, there's a ton of positive ads, but I know I don't want my book to be a long sales letter. I don't want a 100-page sales letter. It is absolutely, Jimmy said, Amazon reviews are free market research. You have to read. Like, seriously, guys, if you do nothing else, go read the freaking reviews. They're going to tell you what to do and what not to do. I don't think I've been this loud on a video in a long time, but I'm serious. Like, you have to do this if you want to be successful as an author. And that's what Chris talks about in this book all the time. I'm spitting everywhere. I'm so excited. He talks about, if you want to be a successful author, then you have to put in the work. If you want to be a successful healthcare provider, you have to put in the work. If you want to be a successful plumber, you have to put in the work. If you want to be a successful teacher, whatever it is, you have to put in the work. If you're not going to work, then don't do it. Don't waste your time, because it's not going to be worthwhile and you're not going to go anywhere. But he says, put in the work. You have to know the data. And so one of the big things I want to talk about, and this is something that I've been guilty of doing, is going out and saying, hey, mom, hey, dad, hey, brother, cousin, friend, coworkers, teachers, everybody, can you please go and buy my book today and review it? Who's done that? Like, put in the comments if you're watching live, replay, whatever. Have you done that on anything? Because I know we all have. Like, hey, would you please go vote for my kid as Prettiest Baby Award? And you got to tie a pork chop around the baby for the dog to play with him. I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, listen. When he talks about the data that sells your book, Amazon is light years past anyone in artificial intelligence. They're past. Now, at the time of this book was 2016. So I know iTunes and everybody's gotten better, but you think about it, Google, YouTube, Amazon are the biggest search engines. Like, go type in Google weightlifting for, and it'll say women, men, children, XYZ. There'll be 10 things that people search for the most. Go do the same thing on Amazon. I don't know if I said Amazon or Google first, but go do the same thing. It finishes your sentence for you because it's artificially it knows what people are searching for, and it knows what you're searching for. So he talks about how Amazon knows everything you've ever purchased. They know everything you've ever looked at and not purchased. They're cataloging all this information. They have pixels like Facebook. So if you go look at a hammock today on a website, guess what? When you pop up Amazon, it's going to pull up 53 hammocks for you to buy because it knows that's what you want. Okay. So we can train Amazon to sell our books for us. And that's what he talks about. It's really cool. I haven't even thought about this, guys. So listen, you go and you find your readers, your tribe. And I talk about this all the time. You have to spend time doing this before you write your book, while you're writing your book, before you launch your book. All the time, you have to be thinking about this. You go and find your tribe, whether that's 10, 50, 1,000, 10,000, whatever it is, you find them. And you serve them, and you serve them, and you serve them, and you feed them, and you clothe them, and you take care of them, and you give them everything you can give for as long as you can. And then when your book's there, you've given so much that you're like, hey, guess what? I have a book coming out. You know, if I had one of my books, I would say, hey, I have neck pain solutions coming out right here. This is our 2.5-year-old book, but I have this book coming out, and like, I would love for you guys. You said you like my material. I've been giving you all this stuff. Well, here it all is. It's in a book. I put it there for you, and I'd love for you to purchase it on May the 5th or whatever it's going to be. We're past May the 5th now. But that's how you grow your audience. And then guess what? Now you flood Amazon with all these people. They're your perfect client. They're your tribe, your people, your serial readers, whatever it is. And now Amazon's like, hey, we need to sell Jimmy's book to all these people. We need to sell Jeremy's book to all these people. We need to show Amy's book to these people. We need to show David Bailiff's book to all these people. And then Amazon starts to crank out your stuff, and they're selling your books for you. Now, guys, let's stop a minute. It's not going to always work exactly like that. But if you think about it, this makes sense, okay? You're training the artificial intelligence to show your book to the right people. But if you, Jimmy, you need to start your book, like, dude, you need to do it. Like, we need to get on a call. So if you show your book and let's say 100 people buy your book tomorrow and they're all your perfect audience. Now maybe there's 75 of them, but anyway, it's the same. Then Amazon goes out and they try to find 75 more people just like that, or 100 or 2,000 or whatever. But if you sell your book to your mom, your dad, I'm not saying don't sell your book to your parents or your friends or your family, but I'm saying don't focus on getting people that you know that aren't in your target audience to get your stuff, get your book, your podcast, whatever it is. Because then they're going to start sending that out. They're going to be like, I don't know. There's a 57-year-old woman who's a teacher, which is my mom. I think she's 57, who's a teacher, and she bought all of Jeremy's books. And then there's 25, 30 to 45-year-old healthcare providers that bought it. And then there's a stay-at-home mom, and then there's a stay-at-home other woman, and all this stuff. And so it's like, it doesn't make any sense. But if I can get all 877 people in my Facebook group, or all 30,000 people who have listened to my first podcast, and send it to all of those people, well, then now we start to show Amazon a target audience, and we show patterns. Like, okay, well, anybody that's 30 to 45 that's a healthcare provider, they want Jeremy's book because that's who's buying it. Okay, so we have to use that. I think I've beat that one in the ground. So I want to talk about a little something else here. Oh, man, there's just so much good stuff in this book, guys. There's a plug for Nick Stevenson's book, Reader Magnets. I think it's free online. I'm going to get that one. I already put it in my list of things to buy. He talks about we need to find our exact audience, just like in science fiction. So he talks about that. If you're going to write science fiction, everything we're talking about is nonfiction when I help people write books. I'm not helping people with children's books anymore. I can't do that. I can't be everything. I've learned that. I tried to do it. It didn't work. Not really a fiction type guy. But anything nonfiction is where I'm at. And especially business and especially healthcare providers right now. It's the same for any business owner. The framework that I teach is the same. Okay. But, guys, I love healthcare providers because I am one. So, but he talks about it's not enough to go into the self-help category. We don't need to just learn about self-help. We need to learn about the niche the niche. I got corrected this week because niche is French. I'll start saying niche maybe. I don't know, redneck's niche, but niche. So we want to drill down even further. So he talks about sci-fi in this book, and he says we're going to do military sci-fi. And we're going to do military sci-fi that XYZ. And he just funnels it down and down and down and down and down and down as far as you can go. And then learn about those people. Those are your people. Not the ones in the overall healthcare field. If you're a pelvic floor therapist, you don't want to talk to the people that are trying to do CrossFit that don't care about pelvic floor. Now, there's CrossFitters that do. They're called women. But we want to talk to that very specific niche of people that wants what you have. That way we can set that data right and we can get that funnel going. Okay. He talks about something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Yeah, right here. Action. Guess what? Action. Shout out to Will Boyd and Alex Dengar. Action is always better than inaction. I'll take that a little bit further. Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction, which is what they say. It says, write your books, tell your reader they exist, and the rest is just a matter of time. So I'm going to end on this. Guys, I hope in the last 16 minutes I've sold this book to you and you go buy it. I make nothing. I don't have an affiliate link. I just love this book, and I'm going to buy all of Chris Fox's books later today. Don't tell Monica. But anyway, guys, you have to do something. Inaction is an action. You've chosen not to do anything. Yes, Jimmy, thank you. Jimmy, you might need to be my co-host from now on. I know you don't have anything else going on in your life. But guys, listen, it's just a matter of time. I'm going to leave you with this. If you believe in what you're doing, doesn't matter what it is, writing books, podcasting, painting, healthcare provider, running your business, parenting your children, I don't care what it is. If you believe in it, you just give yourself time. You just have to give yourself time. You're not going to blow up overnight. The people that blow up overnight have been working every night for the past 5, 10, 22 years. They've been working every night. Like on Thursday nights, I do podcasts from 7 to 10 after my kids go to bed. Well, they don't go to bed quite at 7, but I do podcasts for 4 hours, 3 hours. You know, I do them at lunch every day. Like my podcast that's coming out at the end of this month, it did not come overnight. It came over the last 3 months of recording podcasts. And it's got to even amp up because I need more episodes. I need more authors. I need more entrepreneurs that want to talk. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to give yourself time. Like this book was written in 2016. It's 2021, and I just heard about it. But just listen to the passion in my voice after reading this book. I'm going to take action, and I'm telling you about it. Like it just takes time. You have to be willing to put in the time. If you're not going to put in the time, do not write a book. Don't even write the first word, because if you want to make this part of your career and build your business and grow your brand, it's going to take time. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to get on podcasts. You're going to have to write blog posts. You're going to have to do things that make you uncomfortable and you don't want to do. And it will be easier to sit on the couch and watch whatever you want to watch at night, which is what I do a lot. But last night I read this book, and today I'm on fire. So guys, please take action. Go buy this book, please. And please, please, please just put in the time. Jimmy says any overnight success takes a succession of overnights. That's a Jimmy McKay original. Guys, I hope this helps. If you're listening to this on the podcast, I hope it helps. But talk to you guys later. I'll review another book pretty soon. Maybe I'll review the Joanne Penn book that sent me to this one. So love you guys. Thankful for y'all. Talk to you later.